I just got here early morning, so I haven't really seen much just yet, but I'm really looking forward to being in Toronto. It's where I was born and I haven't been back since, so I can't wait to kind of go back and revisit the places that I have photos in front of, or some memories that my parents, can tell me.
Okay, who would like to start?
Sappho with Sportsnet. You had the chance to practice on center court today, so what are kind of your first impressions of the stadium?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really big and nice stadium. The court is pretty quick. It's quite a bit faster than last week in Washington, and yeah, it does fly a bit, but really nice court.
Layla yesterday talked about going through the rankings up with yourself and Iga, Coco, and kind of finding inspiration, seeing you guys have success. Do you kind of feel a similar way, like seeing each other have success? Of course, you want to beat them when you're playing against them, but do you kind of find inspiration seeing them do well?
Yeah, I think it's good to see so many of the younger players doing so well, and there are so many that are up there in the rankings right now, and I think it's really good motivation for each other. You see them do well and you want to do well, and then it kind of pushes you, and it's really good to have that sort of competitiveness, and I think we had it throughout the juniors, and it's been nice to kind of go on that journey with them from the juniors up to the pros, so it's good inspiration.
Hi, I'm Gad, Toronto Observer. I wanted to ask you about you doing a trial period with your new coach, Dimitri Tursunov, and he mentioned he's not here because of prior commitments. Will he be joining you in Cincinnati and the US Open? And how has that trial period been going with him?
Yeah, I mean, we had like 2-3 weeks before, and including DC, so we'll probably just discuss and then see what happens. But yeah, we need to just discuss first how it went from both sides.
Emma, welcome back to Toronto. Just on DC, obviously a very physical week and some tough wins there. How are you feeling? What did you take out of that tournament as you start the hard courts?
I mean, it was a positive week for me to get 3 singles matches on the court. I have been pretty light on matches, so every match is sort of a win for me, and I thought it was a really positive week to build on, because I get to build, and it's just nice to see some progress of like the 2 weeks of training that I did before that, and to get some reward for that. It was pretty good, and I can't wait to carry on this hardcore swing.
Hi Emma, Jessica Lavinsky, Journal de Montréal. As you may know, the Williams sisters are here this week. Did you grow up watching them? Did they inspire you in your career? And if so, how?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing to see them around, and just around the locker rooms and stuff. Like I'm a few lockers away from Serena, so it's pretty cool. But it's amazing to be in the same sort of draw with them when you've seen them watching on TV or watching live growing up. And I think what they've done and how long they've been playing for at such a high level, and now just keep pushing, keep coming back. Like, they don't need to play tennis, but they just love it, and I just love that their desire for the game. So I think it's really inspiring to see them around.
Next question is
Hi, Diane Sauvé from CBC Montreal. You've had your share of critics on the social network and social media for all sorts of stuff. How do you deal with this?
Well, I mean, they're just, whatever you do, that you're gonna get criticism. Like, it doesn't really matter. You do something good, like, you'll get criticism. You maybe don't, and I mean, people are gonna find a way to say something regardless. So I think that's something that I've just realized, and I don't spend a lot of time looking at it, because I just don't think there's any real need to, and just in case, like, you see a bad one, and there's so many great supporters and great fans out there, and you might see one that's slightly unfavorable, and that will be the one that sticks in your head. But also there are millions of people who are like back behind you, backing you, and I think that's really important to just keep in mind.
Hi, You mentioned off the top this is your first time back in Toronto since being born. I'm just curious what you're most excited about the city and any places that you have in mind about visiting.
Yeah, I mean, I was born like North York Hospital, so I was actually. I'm gonna go there. And it's funny, like I was like born, and the doctor, it was his birthday that day as well, and there was this like, because I was born on the 13th. I think my dad at the time was trying to either delay it one day or not because they thought like 13 was unlucky, and the doctor was like, no, 13's not unlucky, and then they found out it was his birthday, so, and he did pretty well for himself, so they were like, okay, it's fine. So probably just around there, and also I used to live downtown, actually pretty near the hotel, and yeah, I'll just go check it out. And I have some like baby pics, but I don't really remember anything.
Yeah, I don't got to observe again. You recently played doubles. Is this something you're looking to explore more, or was just a one-off thing you wanted to give it a shot?
Yeah, it was actually fun for me to play doubles. I've never played before, and I think the first 4 games, like me and Clara were definitely 2 singles players, and we were playing a really good doubles team, and yeah, the first 4 games I think you could tell we didn't really know where to hit the ball, but we kind of worked our way back into the match and almost had some chances, and we'll see, like I might play doubles. I think it was good for me to just get some time on the match court regardless, you know, it's still a pressure situation, say you're at Juice or Sunday at Juice, you don't want to mess up, so I think that it could be something I explore.
Last few questions coming to the back.
Sorry. You've had success at a very young age. It's been a year since the US Open. How has it been when you reflect about it? How is it to be successful at such a young age?
Yeah, I mean, you don't always realize, like, it's pretty easy to forget, because I think for me, like, my parents have always been pretty just on me and involved, so they don't really, like, nothing's changed. They'll tell me off for the same things, like they're just as involved in like certain decisions, because I mean at the end of the day I'm a 19-year-old, but to have success at a young age, obviously you have to be really grateful, because I'm doing what I love, but also I've reached success way earlier than I ever really would have thought I did, so I'm pretty proud of myself in that way. But it has been a tough year. Like, I've definitely gone through and experienced a lot of challenges, that I think, to be fair, I've learned a lot from all of it, and it's going to be I think it's going to be nice once the US Open is finished, and carry on from there, start again.
And why do you say it's going to be nice when it's over?
I just think that it will be nice to just have take all of the lessons from the last year and just a clean slate.
Last question.
Iga talked about yesterday that same group of players like yourself, Coco, Layla, like she could see this starting the beginning of a rivalry. Is that something that's kind of cool and exciting to know that maybe this group of you guys can maybe usher in a new era of tennis?
Yeah, it is cool, because I think that we're going to be playing for a long time. You see like the top players in the women's, and at the end of the day, like they've been such massive prominent figures of women's tennis for so long, like Serena and everyone, and like going through for the next 10-15 years, like it's probably going to be our group, hopefully. So I think it's going to be good for everyone to see women's tennis, like see us now when we're kind of doing well at a young age, and then see how we progress against each other, like in 5 years and 10 years, and to continue.